Hi YouTube fam, it's Daughter of the Most High. Goodness of God update. Here we go. Here Jen goes.
I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God.
So good, so good. So, this is my Goodness of God update. And my life has been a mix. It's been, a mix of really, really hard and painful things to the point where I didn't want to live. And God blessing me and making a way for me. And through it all, and providing for me jobs and, friends and certain things. And one of the most amazing things is that I've been saved, born again since age 20, and it was just in the past 3 years that God awakened me to adulterous remarriages, because I was gonna remarry after my daughter graduated from high school 3 years ago, and so I wanted to raise my kids before I really got that to that level of relationship, and then God awakened me to the end times and the current agenda and how corrupt the government is and the current agenda and all that kind of stuff. So, and I'm thinking, God, why are you so good to me? I'm amazed by it, because I watch so many people that just slumber through this, and the ones that follow the current agenda. People that, the unbelievers, I'm not surprised. The believers, I'm shocked. So, and why God awakened me. Now, I'm not sure I would have taken or followed the current agenda anyway, just because I'm pretty cautious about that sort of thing. But God awakened me to the end times, to the corruption in the government, to all the corruption behind the scenes, to a lot of things, and the how far and wide and deep evil goes. I'm still amazed by that. I mean, I always knew that we were fallen and that sort of thing, but I had no idea some of the things that go on. I mean, it's wretched. So, I'm grateful to be one of the people that God has awakened. And the hard part of that is, some of the consequences of that. And I'll get into that in a minute. So here's what happened as far as like the goodness of God. So right after I made that video, and it was like my workplace that I've shared, has been great for 2 years, which is rare and wonderful for me. And I felt completely blessed that whole time. Well, all of a sudden, not my supervisor, but the management team, how there's the upper and then the next level of management and then the rest of us. Yeah, so it was the uppers and like the owners and their people. The owners don't know me, but their people. And anyway, they just did a 180 on me. I mean, all of a sudden. And there's some details to that, but I don't want to share because they know about my channel. They know it's a public channel, and I don't want to talk about, or, I want to be very discreet about it. But it wasn't fair, and it wasn't right, and I was given kind of an ultimatum, and I chose to leave. So I was shocked by it. It wasn't fair. So, yeah. And I just decided right after that, I was going to trust God. I'm going to trust you, God. This wasn't right. It wasn't fair. What they said about me isn't true. And so I need another job. I need a new job, and jobs in my field are difficult because my field's difficult. And I just said, God, I want to have another job just like the one I had. I don't want one that's full of stress and, problem clients and a lot of difficult things. I want to have like a comfortable, enjoyable workplace, not a bunch of stress. So I put in God's hands. I had a little bit of time off in between jobs, and I've been at my new job for 3 weeks now. So that's been a blessing, and of course, God just provided just like that. I did my part. I looked, I applied, I interviewed, all that kind of stuff. I did my part, and it's just like, God, okay, which one is it? Because God knows what goes on in any workplace, and we know how difficult workplaces can be. I sure do. I'll tell you that much. So, and part of that is because I am a narrow path Christian, and the enemy is, fighting against me and, making things hard for me and all of that kind of stuff. So I've got that too. I've got opposition and persecution and all that kind of stuff. I wish I could share more details about it, but I just can't. Or shouldn't. I can. I just shouldn't, and am choosing not to. So, with my new job, I'm actually making $5 more per hour, and that is $800 a month if I work full time. Now, I've only had full time hours 1 of the 3 weeks because they're just trying to build their evening program. So I've worked more like 35 hours the first week, and then like 30, I think it was 33 this week. So I do enjoy and appreciate the higher pay. I do, but I'm not getting the full benefit because we're still building that evening program, which is what I do evenings. So that's good. And I get a hiring bonus after 3 months. Yay. My hiring bonus is $1,500. So in 2 months and 1 week, I will get my hiring bonus. So I'm excited about that. So the job seems like a good fit. Things are going well. I'm happy about that and grateful, always grateful. So I was talking to my friend John, right after I was telling him about my, what happened at my other place of employment. And he said, isn't that interesting that that happened right after you did the Goodness of God video? And I said, yeah, it kind of is. And it kind of is just typical for me too. I go through a lot of stuff. I do. I have. Now it's eased up in the past 3 years, but I go through a lot of stuff. I always have. So is it kind of interesting? Yes. And, but it's okay too. Now I'm making more money, and yeah, and I have a hiring bonus coming. So yeah, it worked out. But yeah, it was kind of timely right after that. Also, I'm getting new carpet this coming Thursday. I cannot believe it because my carpet, and I clean it twice a year, I do with the rug doctor, but my carpet is pretty not clean, can I say? And I clean the spots up. You know how some people will just sit there with the spots? I don't. I clean the spots out with spot cleaner. But overall, the carpet is pretty beat. I think it's the original carpet. I do, and this townhouse is 23 years old. Do you see the flickering behind me? I turned my fan on because it's actually really warm yesterday and today and whatever. And I was getting a little warm while I was doing my video. And now I turned my fan on, and I don't know what's flickering, but something's whatever. There's always stuff, isn't there? So yeah, I got a strobe light on behind me. So I'm so excited to get my carpet. I'm gonna have a bonfire in the street with my old carpet. No, I'm not, but I'd like to. I'm embarrassed. Just pull it up and roll it up and get it out of here. So I'm gonna have new clean carpet, and I get to pay for it with my hiring bonus. So I'm grateful about that. So again, the goodness of God steps up as always and makes a way. And I am an obedient Christian. I am certainly not, a perfect Christian, I'll tell you that much. But sorry, I got a cough coming. Hang on. So anyway, all of that has been really good. Things have been really good, but there has also been a downside. And I haven't shared a whole lot about this, but I'm going to share about it. I got about 6 minutes left on this video. This phone only gives me a certain amount of time because of the pictures I have stored on it. So, in the past 3 years, I have gone through so much as far as like, losing so many people in my life. I've lost some really significant people in my life, and I lost a good friend, and that really didn't have anything to do with the past 3 years, except for she is following the current agenda, but there was something else besides that. So, and then I'm just shocked and appalled and so saddened that she's following that and encouraging others to do the same. I mean, I was just like, what are you doing? And it's so interesting because in the past couple years, I had told her, I tried to talk to her about the end times so many times, and she would always brush it aside. I still don't understand it, because she actually is a committed narrow path Christian. She is, but that's no longer true because she's following the current agenda. I don't know why I'm getting froggy. What the heck? So, so I've missed her friendship a lot. And just feel sad. Part of it is the loss of the friendship, and part of it is just the sadness of losing people. Then I had another friend, and she and I were talking on the phone. It was probably, I'm not even sure, probably a year and a half ago now. And she's a longtime college friend. I've shared about that in previous videos. And she and I were talking, and she said, that she was like, she didn't use this language, but it's essentially like, I'm not going to, like stay on the narrow path. I'm not doing all this. I am going to walk in love, and that's going to be my goal. And I'm not going to be so concerned about like premarital sex or drinking, and she's never been a drinker, like ever, maybe one, and barely that. And so she was just saying, I'm just not doing this anymore. And I said to her, I said, I mean, that is so sad. I mean, you're part of the falling away, during this current season. We're in the end times, and the way you talk, you're part of the great falling away. And her sister is following right along with her, and she told me about some of the things her sister was doing. And so she ended the conversation nicely. We parted nicely, and that she has not spoken to me since. I've called her, I have messaged her on Facebook. She will not speak to me. So there's another friend gone. And she's been a friend of mine since I was, 20. I met her at college. So there's that. Then there was one more thing I got to tell fairly quickly. I only got a couple minutes left. I've lost a lot of friends, and I've seen a lot of people following the current agenda. And then this happened about 2 weeks ago, and I got a friend request from a friend that had unfriended me, and then was sending me a friend request again. And she had a different last name. I recognized her first name, but her last name was the last name of someone else that she is friends with. So I clicked on it, and these two women got married. That's why she has her friend's last name now. And her friend's last name is pretty unique. So I knew that it was like, okay, that's your friend's last name. So she posted about it, and there was, several, probably 30 comments, the two of them standing there. And one of the comments was from a coworker I worked with at the Faith-Based Treatment Center, and she was a strong believer, and she used to give me heat when she knew that I was heading towards divorce, and I got that job because I was divorcing. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I got my job so I could support myself and my kids and move out. And she, you know, I mean, she wasn't like harsh with me, but she gave me a little heat about it, heading towards divorce, and other people did too. And she told me too, you need to wear your ring. You should be wearing your ring. And I was just like, I was so wrung out by that time that I just didn't have any room to deal with it, so I barely responded to her. And that was back then. Well, she's in an adulterous remarriage, and she is, and I told her that a year ago, and she basically said, I don't want to hear about this again. You know, I don't want to hear about it. I'm saved by grace. That's what she said. And I thought, wow, you know, I always thought you were a strong believer. So she commented on that gay marriage post, and she did a little emoji with the arms up like, hooray, you know. So I messaged her and I said, you know, I'm pretty straightforward, and I said, why did you give a congratulations to this gay marriage of this person? And she's like, oh, I thought it was a birthday one. I thought it was a birthday post. No, you didn't. Now you're just lying to me. So I've been watching people that are just sinking, caving, falling away. You know, it's just been shocking to me and so sad to watch this happen. And my heart hurts for God, and my heart hurts for me missing these people. Oh, my phone's blinking. I'm gonna have to stop there. But I just wanted to share that, fam. I might do a second video. All right.